welcome Solex Nation. We are already at the end of September.
Yes, into fall. Here we go.
End of fall.
Into
Oh, you scared me. I'm like,
into.
I don't have any pumpkins out yet, and you're saying end of fall.
No, we just started fall.
We did. I'm so excited about it. I
Unless
love
you're
fall.
in Australia.
I love how you include the Australians.
I do.
I know. They appreciate it
I
too.
think about them.
Okay, we had so many things, new things that we launched at Day of Discovery.
Yes.
And we've talked about them over the last couple of weeks, but one of my favorite things, something that has been asked for I would say over the last year and a half.
Yeah, quite a few people.
And they're finally here. Should we show them our little
No,
video?
I love this video.
I love this video too.
This one's so fun. I hope
Yes.
you guys do too.
Wasn't that great?
I really love that video. It's the music. Good job. I love those kids too.
Yeah, I know. They did such a good job. So actually, a lot of the smaller women have liked the larger kid size.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying that it fits their wrist better than our adult small.
Now you've had, when we talk about negative, like I just charged my Solex ring this morning.
Mm-hmm.
This morning I had it outside. And
You never take that off unless to charge.
Yeah, unless to charge.
Yeah.
And obviously there's negative ion benefits, but you had an interesting experience with negative ions, right?
I did. You know, it's interesting. You have to really prove things to me. Mm-hmm. You can't just tell me something and I'm going to believe it. I have to have experiences with things. So
very stubborn that way.
I just want to, I believe what I know. Does that make sense? I don't want you to tell me something.
Yeah.
I want to have an experience.
You like to have, it does something to be able to have gone through. That's what the scanner does so well. So many people, that's how we do a lot of introductions. And why we distribute it this way is because when someone actually sits down, has a scan done, and sees something that they know about, they're like, okay, how does this work?
Well, and that was how I was. I came in very skeptical about the scanner, and I've had so many experiences that I can't deny that it actually does work. And that's what it says. Okay,
we pull it back to negative ions.
Negative ions. So a long time ago, when I first started working here, I didn't know anything about negative ions. I didn't know anything about Cybin, black tourmaline. I didn't know any of that. And someone was telling me about how these bracelets can help with balance, coordination, strength, focus, flexibility. There's so many benefits to negative ions. And so I of course, being the stubborn self I am, I said, well, let me see. And so I charged up some bracelets and I started wearing them every day. Didn't notice anything until one day I was in the closet and I was getting ready for work and I was putting on some taller shoes.
Okay.
And I'd put one on, and then I went to put the other one on, and I went off balance.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that in a long time. And I thought, well, what the heck? Why am I going off balance? I didn't have my bracelet on. And I realized that usually when I'm putting my shoes on, I already have all my jewelry, everything on.
Yeah.
And so I would have my bracelet on. And this time I didn't have my bracelet on. Went over, got my bracelet, went to put my shoe on, and I could balance perfectly.
And you were fine. Yeah.
That to me was a moment.
I think it's really interesting how instantaneous it is.
It is instantaneous.
We've seen those different tests done of whether it's flexibility or whether it is balance or strength, and how quickly negative ions impact this ability to balance those areas of our body.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a big believer. It is powerful. Give it to your kids. You can imprint these. You can imprint these with frequencies and send them to school. Help them have a better day.
And hopefully they're colors that kids like.
Yeah, they're fun colors. Yeah. So, okay, moving on. We did have another license plate this week.
Yes, and this is another member of the Solex Club.
Bonnie
Holt.
This is Bonnie Holt.
Yeah.
in Tennessee. Look at that plate. We love it.
Yep.
Looks great, Bonnie.
I know that Loran is not participating in this contest, but I am. And I think Solex is darn close to
I think
the lead.
Loran used to participate until he started losing. Now he pretends he doesn't care.
So you're calling Loran a loser?
No,
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
I'll tell him you said that. So anyway, Bonnie, we love your license plate. We will send you a Solex silver coin tomorrow. All right, we had a contest last week, as we always do.
As we always do.
Yes.
We're giving away Alpha 3 passes,
Yes.
and we said to comment on how do you introduce, how do you start that conversation, right, about the AO scanner.
About the scanner.
Yeah.
You know, and we had a lot of good suggestions. If you have any questions or fears or trepidation about introducing the scanner, go read the comments from last week's call, and you'll get some good examples, information, ways to maybe that something resonates with you as a way to share.
Yep.
You draw first.
Me first.
Yeah,
huh?
we're gonna draw 3, of course.
Okay. 3.
So this is for a 6-pack of Alpha 3 passes.
All right, Danielle Harrell. I usually start with inner voice. So do I. Because I wholeheartedly believe our emotions, beliefs, and subconscious are all directly play out in our physical symptoms. Mm-hmm. But Sephi is right there too, because it's how I came to fall in love with the AO and experiencing what I did for pain and my own body. I love that. Those are great starts.
Yeah.
I always start with inner voice, but Danielle, fantastic. And I think it's also good to have that passion. You know, that passion. You're passionate about Sephi, so you can talk about, did you know? You know?
Oh, yeah.
You can talk
Danielle,
about things.
I'm right there with you. Inner voice and Sephi are my 2 go-tos as well when I'm sharing AO. It's hard to not talk about Sephi. Sephi is such a powerhouse.
Okay, 6-pack coming to you.
All right. Next.
I should have held that for you, sorry.
Okay, I got it. Discovering Health FDN Lyme Boss. Heather Gray here. I talk about the inner voice. I'm a practitioner, and working through trauma is key to getting better. This is a gentle way to do that. Completely agree with you, Heather.
Yeah, and thanks for putting your name in the comment, right? All right, last one for a Alpha 3 6-pack. Let's see. Sorry, I looked down.
Oh, no cheating.
All right, here we go. Chai Health Nut. Okay, I don't know if we have a name here. We'll see if we can come across one. I usually start with inner voice. No kidding. I love this. Then see what is most appropriate for them right then. If a person has a particular issue, then we perhaps do a rapid body system scan to get causes and suggestions, which is valuable. If the client has a particular issue, I can at least show them how Sephi has frequencies for many conditions, and how many more are in quantum homeopathics that can be searched by symptom. If a client takes supplements, I can do one of several things. 1, show them a screenshot of a quick scan showing my top supplements on it. 2, run a quick scan on myself to show it to them. Or 3, run a quick scan of them after I give them an item from my supplement list, perhaps 1, 2, and 3 capsules of one supplement in which they have an interest of taking. I love that. And that's cool how you go through stages, right? Mm-hmm. She goes through inner voice, and that also, I think, tests the receptiveness of the person. You know, like we've said before, if you start with inner voice and they go through that and they're like, okay, this is kind of cool, what's going on here? Getting them to the point where they're asking you a question about how does this work or what's taking place here allows you to go a step further.
Yep, that's right.
And then if the curiosity is still there, you can go further. But when
kind of feel it out, though.
When you feel the curiosity kind of slowing, maybe let's stop right there and let them experience it on their own.
That's right.
But Chai Health Nut, we need to know your name. So please let us know your name so we can put the 6-pack on your account.
Okay, let's announce our top enrollers for the week of September 19th through the 25th.
Okay, let's do it. We had a tie for second.
Yes, we did.
And we have some new names here, or at least one new name. I haven't seen him before.
Well, he was actually last week.
Was he?
Well, you know what? We had 8 that tied for second last week, and so, yeah.
Stephen Keller, I'm so sorry for missing you
last week.
You were last week. You're here again this week. Tied for second with?
Carolyn Mosley.
Yep, good job.
Now, Stephen Keller is brand new. He just started a couple of weeks
2
ago.
weeks in
So
a
2 weeks in
row.
a row, second.
Being right there.
Yeah. Congratulations to both of you, though. Stephen and Carolyn tied for second. And our top enroller this week.
We've seen this name before. This is Rebecca McQuilty down in Australia.
Congratulations,
Good job. Silver coin coming, another silver coin
coming to you. You know what, Beck? We might just bring that silver coin with us when we see you at Disneyland in a couple of weeks.
Let's do that.
All right, we are going to move on to our call. We have two powerhouses tonight. We have Loran Swensen and Deborah Bruce.
So here is a body systems report from the same slides, the same one that we were just looking at. So just remember that every single one of these, the brain is picking out that these frequencies are there because of either past memory developing, residual damage, inflammation. Don't look at it as, oh, I've got this problem. Look at it as I've got this frequency. And if you're really concerned about it, then over a period of time, keep scanning, and do the practical things as far as lifestyle changes that help that particular area. Hydration, minerals, digesting food better sleep, changes in diet, exercise, all the practical things, and then see if the areas, start to change. They almost always do. I remember I had a mentor once, and when I was first starting out, it was Gordon Stoke from California. I was getting certified in structural neurology. And I tend to be really OCD. And I was just getting all, this detail and that detail and this and that. And oh my God, and how am I going to learn all this? And he's just like, Deborah, don't worry about it. Stop getting stuck in the weeds. If you get people to drink more water, take minerals, eat a little better, exercise, and get more sleep, give them a high five, their health will improve. Add all this other stuff later. It probably was some of the best advice I ever got. And I'm going to say the same thing to all of you, especially if you're new. If you just start looking for the signs of, oh wow, you're showing up for a little dehydration. Oh wow, you've got a little gut fermentation. We need to work on the gut. Oh wow, it looks like you're really stressed. You're really anxious. How's your sleep been? See, it's simple things like that if you start putting those things into place, they are going to feel better. In the meantime, you can be doing your research and starting to connect your own dots and nuggets in the background. And as you go, you start sharing those with them, and they get better, and they get better, and they get better. Okay? Okay, so here, this is in the body systems report. And we've heard from a number that, oh wow, it always shows up for the same thing. Is that the only choices there are? No. The choices under ways to improve is a pretty good long list. The problem is that 99% of the people aren't drinking enough water, aren't exercising regularly, don't take enough minerals, don't eat healthy foods, and it's going to just keep showing up as the same thing until they make the lifestyle changes. Now, this is really important because those are foundations. Don't worry about if other things aren't coming up for them yet, because really, what business do we have trying to move things, detox things, and change things if they don't even have their basic foundation? Are they really going to improve that much? So the suggestions that come up on how to improve are because the brain has looked at the body systems and said, wow, all 9 body systems need it, and I'm going to show which ones it's affecting. So like this here, they need to eat healthier, drink more water, exercise regularly, lose a little bit weight. Maybe with their circulation, the brain is needing some of the omega fatty acids. So take those suggestions seriously and then monitor the progress of the person you're working with by the fact that after a while, all of a sudden, the mainframe foundation ones start to go away because they're doing it, and then other more interesting things come up. But don't get discouraged if it seems like a report constantly, especially if it's you. And if you're a practitioner, and hello. Yeah, right, okay, I'm dehydrated today, okay, ate pizza last night and had sushi last Friday, and, you're going to even see these basic categories come up on yourself. And you tell yourself, you know what, I know better. I'll do better. I'll wait 2 weeks to eat sushi again. Here's digestion. Now, that's the mainframe for a lot of things. After emotion, the gut. The gut's everything. You heal the gut, the body just does better. You know, you look at the causes down there, the salmonella, toxicity, metabolic waste, and dehydration. Do you think this person would feel better if they even just doubled or tripled their water and made sure it was a good, clean source? They would, okay? You're going to get valuable clues from your body system reports on the areas that have got the inflammation or are acute, like there, the descending colon, or more chronic, long-term. You start paying attention to those and looking them up and see where they are, what they do, and how they work. You can start tying in a lot of those different dots. Even if you've been experienced for a long, long time, there still is a lot of valuable information here where if you take all the information you have about each of those dots and start pulling it in like this, sometimes even after years, you just have an aha moment about why somebody's having a problem. And it's just so valuable because their brain picked it out. You didn't just say, oh, I think. No, their brain picked it out. It's telling you right there what needs to be done. Here again, remember the ones on the last one? Here again, manage stress, increase trace minerals, enzymes, acid, pre and probiotics. That right there is a recipe for success in the gut to begin with. Okay, that person's having stress. Their adrenals are using up all their trace minerals. All their body systems are going to the bank, to the teller, and saying, I need my minerals. And the teller is saying, I'm sorry, the account's overdrawn. You don't have what you need to function today. And so that part of the body for that day maybe shows a 4, 3, a 2, or a 1 because it can't do its job frequency-wise as well as it should because it doesn't even have the base minerals to work with. You'll start seeing under endocrine, you'll have gastrin start showing up, as the gastrin's supposed to initiate the hydrochloric acid and the pepsin. You'll start seeing the hydrochloric acid and the enzymes come up because the stomach needs the minerals to make the acid, make the pepsin. So then you've got lumpy, chunky, bumpy going into the Mojave Desert, and the pancreas isn't making enough enzymes, and then that nasty acidic mass is going into the small intestine. And what do you think that does to the walls of the intestine? Then they start showing frequencies for leaky gut, and then they wonder why their food list is getting where their kale and their broccoli, which is organic, is showing up as something they're sensitive to when it's floating around in the dang bloodstream and it's not supposed to be there. So take your clues from what comes up and then expand it and connect it with where you see the 1s, where you see the 9s, you know, what's coming up. That food sensitivity list, is it getting shorter? Is it getting bigger? You know, are the parts of the small intestine showing massive inflammation? You know, is the poor colon backed up with a 1 and it's got so much junk in it that it's showing that it can barely function? Then you go back and say, oh, well, they're not drinking water. I had a lady, you guys, this is going to blow you away. I had a lady that came in and I said to her, so are you regular? She said yes. Her test was horrific. She had skin breakouts. She was way overweight. It was just horrific. And a light bulb went on in my head, and I said, what does regular mean to you? Ooh, once a month. Once a month. Literally, my jaw went. But I didn't ask her to open her mouth. I was afraid what I was going to see. It was bad. So worked with her, got her to start managing her stress, taking trace minerals, taking enzymes, using acid, drinking tons more water, prebiotics, probiotics, a little bit of exercise, whatever. She was traveling. I didn't see her for a few months. When she came in, I did not recognize her. She yelled at me the first thing she saw me. I was like, oh, what did I do? And she goes, I am so upset with you. And I didn't know who she was. And I was like, what did I do? She goes, I had to buy a whole new wardrobe. And then it dawned on me who she was. She had lost 40 pounds, 30, 40 pounds. Her skin was clear. I said, "Are you regular?" She was so proud. She goes, "I go 3 times a day every time I eat." Now, her test was all 9s, all 1s. I was afraid for her. It was like, you just can't have that much crap in your system and have a good day. So, at any rate, this is a very good, you might see this on somebody under body systems in various parts that you do over and over and over and over again until they start healing the gut and start drinking enough water and taking minerals, et cetera, to just really, actually just change their lifestyle.
And I will talk to you about the things that are yet to come. Things that are going to be coming out over the next few weeks, maybe drag into a month or so, but here's what's coming. Full veterinarian is coming. Dogs, large and small, cats, pocket pets, like your rabbits, your gerbils, and that kind of thing, and horses. And they're all going to be in the system at no extra charge, no requirement to take a phase. It's just going to open up as they come. Now, we've been hoping to have this done months ago. The challenge is that these species have been more complicated than we had anticipated, and it has taken more time, but they are coming. It looks like horse and dog will be the first ones to roll out, and we're going to roll them out as they become available. But all within the next 6 weeks, all those animals will be in there as a independent target. In other words, they're going to have their own profile. They're not going to be a target in your profile. So you'll be able to do, put in your horse or your dog or your cat or your pet as a profile, and it will scan their vitals associated with their species. They're comprehensive according to their type of physical makeup. It's not a human scan on an animal. And we're real close, but we didn't quite make it for Day of Discovery. And as these roll out over the next few weeks, those will just appear for you in there. You'll see a whole nother section for your veterinarian. So that is coming, and it's coming soon. It's on the downhill side. Now, there are some other things that are coming, but they do require more education. In other words, they're going to require phase 3. Now, some of you have been a little disappointed that some of these things couldn't come without the phases 1, 2, and 3. But let me explain a couple things. We are making now your handheld scanner, what you can do from the cloud, the same as the $38,000 system that was being sold a few years ago. And in order to do some of those features, we need the full infrastructure of the big scanner. And putting that, reformatting it to where it can be done on any device through the cloud has been a major task. And it requires a deeper level of understanding of the scanner and how the scanner works, particularly with the database. Now, we've added a modified database to what you already have, and there's a larger version of that once you've completed phase 2. But the full database, which covers all of your comprehensive and vitals and inner voice, but it also adds full dental and TMJ and some of the database required for the animals. In order for that to be done, the work that's involved, the training that needs to be done, and the cloud space that it requires, we are literally having to double the amount of cloud resources that we currently use. We're not going to raise the monthly price. We promise you that, and that's not going to happen. But the training to offset so that you're not having to call in and get customer support help on all these little things is required for you to do. Look at it this way. If you're happy with the way the scanner is working for you right now, then great. You don't need to do anything more. If everything that you need from the scanner is currently available to you, you don't need to move up. We're not trying to push you in that direction. However, if you run a practice or you want to be able to do more, you want to turn your scanner into more of a revenue generating business, then you need this extra training. You need these extra resources. And once that's been done, they're unlocked for you forever. Let me tell you some of the things that come with that now. With that, I mentioned a minute ago, the database includes dental and TMJ. You're going to have a full dental scan, a full jaw, muscles, and all of the muscles, ligaments, tendons in your whole jaw, as well as all your teeth. That is a big scan. It requires a lot of number crunching. It requires a lot of cloud service, and it requires some education on what does it mean when this tooth has a 9 or a 1 or a 4 or a 7. Those are the things that are going to be taught in that phase 3. When that opens up, you now have a whole nother opportunity. No other expenses, just other than your education. The other one that's coming is thermography. Now, people have been waiting for the thermography for a couple years. The thermography is ready to go now. The thermography is amazing, and it's been built from the ground up. We didn't buy somebody's camera. We didn't buy somebody's software. We had our own camera developed. We had our own software written to be able to make the I'm going to call it an art, the art of doing thermography easier. The thermography, thermal view with the AO scan is going to require some equipment. That equipment involves the camera, a special tripod that holds the camera and a computer, a camera system, and then the extended software. Now the software will be available, but will be unfunctional if you don't have the associated equipment to go with it. It cannot be done on your tablet or on your phone. It has to be done on the computer system that we will supply. That whole package is $7,200, and that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. But if you put that into perspective, the only other systems on the market started around $18,000 and go all the way to almost $40,000. This is everything that you need. And the training shows you how to take the appropriate pictures, get the right, every frame that you take. If you're taking a face, it'll come on with a template on your screen. So all you have to do is get the face to fit within that template, snap the picture. Not only is it going to work wonderful for humans, but the camera's been designed to where you can easily take it into the field, into a stable, take thermography of horses, of different animals and pets. Unlike the old cameras that had to be in very tightly controlled temperature rooms, and the clients had to be prepared for 15 or 20 minutes to get their body temperature. Now, all of those things are good and important, but they're not critical to being able to take good thermography pictures with the AO Scan Thermal View. So all of these things are going to be available. More is going to come on this. You're going to have the opportunity to decide if you want to go that direction. It's a revenue generator for you if that's what you want to do. And if you're not really going to use the thermography as a business to offer those types of scans, then I would recommend don't spend the money on that particular equipment, because it's money you're going to spend and then really never utilize. But if you're going to turn it into a revenue share, just thermography alone could generate hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month for you in your business. So those are things that are coming. In addition to that, homeoenergetics is going to expand. It is going to just explode with new features. Homeoenergetics is an amazing addition to homeopathy, but it's also going to give you another database and give you more information on why the body's frequencies are out and why they need those specific remedies. Bottom line is, if thermography doesn't make sense to you and doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it. It's there when and if you decide that's something that you want to add to the scanner. Just so you know, we had our own camera developed, and we did a thermography shoot with our camera and the 2 leading cameras out there right now in the marketplace. Same people, same operator, 3 different cameras. When the images were captured and looked at, none of the operators could tell you which image came from which camera. In other words, the quality was equal to the point to where they were indecipherable from which camera they came from. So when you look at it, it's $7,200 investment to get into thermography. It's a good starting point, if it makes sense. So that's the biggest thing coming that's outside of the normal scanner. And we've got hundreds of people waiting for it. So anyway, jump into your scanner, jump into these new features. Let us know what you think and let us know what we can improve on. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much for being a part of the Solex family. And until next time, goodbye.
You know, it's been a while for Deb Bruce and for you. Well, it hasn't been a while for you to be on this call, but for Deb Bruce, it's been a while. We love every time she's on teaching us about what she teaches, especially the points this time about learning how to make the changes in your body.
Yeah.
But you talked about a lot of great things coming. One that's in there, right? That we're feeling right now, this homeopathic stuff.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. You particularly love this one.
I love the homeopathic. And it's like I said before, for a long time, I wasn't really familiar on how to use the homeopathics. Yeah. It was so confusing to me. But with the help of Alice and others, we've put together a thing in the scanner we're pretty excited about. You've got all these remedies, 300 plus remedies. Plus you've got the nosodes, you got the cell salts, but you also have the symptom, and that's where it gets exciting for me. I think one of the things is, how do you know what to use and when to use it and stuff? And I think the symptoms really answers that. So, and then, we talked about the kids' bracelets today. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
And they're so exciting to watch what it does for the kids. So why don't we do this? Why don't we give away some kids' bracelets?
Of course, we should.
And the way we do that is we want you to share with us the experiences you're having with the new homeopathic section in the scanner. You like that?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
So comment on this call. How have you enjoyed it? How have you used it? If you haven't used it yet, when are you going to start using it, right? And how do you want to use it, or how do you want to learn about it? Make those comments on this call. We're going to give away a random pack of kids' bracelets. Yep. If you don't have kids, still enter the contest. It's coming into holiday season. Time
Christmas
to look
coming.
for, the Dennis the Menace, the next door, to give some balancing bracelets to. Maybe imprint them with some sleep or something.
Or calm,
tranquility. Tranquility. But on this call, do that. We'll give away, of course, three next week. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great week.
See ya.
All right, top enrollers.
Yep, for the week of
September. I don't know.
I know.
God, you can't do that to me. All right, cut.